I'd like to now introduce you to our founder, Anthony Fields.
Okay. What I'm going to be showing you here this evening is the birth of the idea of when we actually came up with this concept, and how it folds into one another, and then after becomes the magazine. And this is something I found as I was putting together this presentation. Right? So I'm not inventing anything new. It's been done before. Okay? So that being said, right, I was to give you a little background on myself. Um, Patent holder, developing the computer ruler for back in the like in the 90s, licensed it to Adobe, and did some great stuff. And I had to thank my parents for that because they helped me get that done. Also working in securities, I have patents pending on security things for child protection, for law enforcement right now, and also gaming, but I prefer the security aspect of it. And as I said, working for Adobe. Adobe, Adobe Industries is a software company that develops the publishing software out here right now that is the standard for most magazines around the world. And I was part of that team that actually built the product. So when you build a product, it's actually an alpha. So it's an idea. I was there when the idea was being done. And I worked on it until it becomes a beta, and then after goes out to the public to test. So I was part of that actual team. And for this particular magazine, we actually do use Adobe. And just before I came out here, I'm in the music industry now, working with Universal Music Group. We were part of the team that wrote the specifications to help artists when they clearing their music for their royalties. So we're actually cutting down on the time it takes for artists to actually get paid their royalties now. So before it would take you like 9 months for an artist to get paid. Now we've cut it down to 3 months. And hopefully we'll get that down to a month. So it just becomes really, really fast. So that's good. And also, I write. Back in December, I decided that, hey, I feel like being a writer. So I know, it's kind of weird. I got up and I called up this magazine called Beverly Hills Times. I said to them, hey, listen, I want to write your tech section. And the lady goes, yeah, right. I said, no, no, seriously, I want to write it for you. I'll do it for free. And she goes, okay, fine, let me see it. So I gave her a sample. And next thing you know, here I am 10 months later writing for her, right? But it's been a great experience. So it's been great. So next, here are just some of the companies that I've worked for globally, doing different technology solutions for them. And it's been a lot of fun. One in particular that I really like to talk about, since our guy Obama's back in office, is that for Fox News, 2008 when he got elected, our team actually built the You Decide software on the BlackBerry. So that allowed you for Fox News to send information to the phones really quick. And the cool thing about it is that you were able to get quick information as the news was happening, but they were also able to do surveys and different things with it. And this is also the genesis of Caribbean commerce, because what we'll see later on in the presentation, this is basically the platform that we'll be using to implement so that everybody around in the Caribbean can actually send information into us, manipulate, and then after disseminate it to the iPads, the iPhones, and different utilities. So this is really, really nice. So next here is the logo, the brand. This is where it started. Yes, we had the idea, and as I'm sitting back and going, oh, what is it going to look like? What is it going to look like? I didn't design the magazine first. I actually designed the brand and said, what is it that I needed to capture? And one of the things that I needed to capture was the community, the creativity, the power, And I also needed a brand that stood out amongst everything else that's out there. The one thing that I didn't like that's going on right now in the Caribbean, and we gotta be honest about it, everything is either a coconut tree, right, or it has simple colors. We have to get away from all that and actually start looking like the brands that we want to emulate or want to be with, so that when they look at us, they just say, "Oh, yeah, that's the Caribbeans. They don't want to do anything." But once they see a brand that is looking different, then after they start to go, "Oh, something's happening there, and let's investigate." So this is the actual sketch that was in my black book. I usually walk around with a little black book that I do all my sketches, and everything is in that black book, from the actual applications. So as I'm flying down here, I started coming up with ideas as I'm flying, and I start writing down all the ideas, and I'm going, "Oh my God, what am I going to do about this?" So now I have to actually make time so I can actually execute those ideas. But from there, from this sketch, came the Caribbean Commerce brand. So now, here we're looking at two seas, okay? Which is the oceans that cover us all here in the Caribbean. And the thing about the Caribbean that I love so much is that we are creative people. And nobody knows about that outside of the Caribbean. Everybody thinks about the Caribbean what? Oh yeah, it's a great place to go vacation. You know, I can listen to some reggae music. But they don't say, "Hey, listen, these are a bunch of creative people that do creative things and innovate." But nobody wants to know about that. But here, this is where I'm getting at, is that this is an opportunity for us to tell everybody about our creativity and our innovation, right? So next is, these are, when I was coloring it, when I was doing the actual design, these are the islands of the Caribbean. So actually, when you line it up against the map, it actually lines up, starting with Cuba, and then that goes all the way down to Trinidad. So it actually it has the Caribbean in it, and the circle is more the globe. And then after, to add in the element of the technology, these are the little gray parts are the circuit boards that when you're soldering. So now you have the creativity, you have the islands, you have technology all together. But it doesn't look like, "Oh, this doesn't look like the Caribbean." It's just the new Caribbean. And that's what we're all about, being the new people out there, telling everybody about what we do. Okay. So here we go. So now we're jumping into the actual product, okay? So now, this is the newsstand of today, right? So this is what everybody always sees. You walk by this all the time. All these magazines that you get to look at, all right? And then after, if you have a subscription, right, you go to your front door, you pick up your subscription, and you look at it, okay? Now, here are the few facts here. 84 million iPads. Now, you're going to ask me, "Oh, how many iPads are here in the Caribbean?" I don't know. But what I do know is that that's our market. So we can get our Caribbean commerce information out to the world. That's a lot of eyes looking at our products out there. Next, just in last quarter, this is before the iPad mini goes out, Apple is taking on this big share in the marketplace. But one thing we have to remember, this product that we've developed is not just for the iPad, it's also for Android. So then after, these numbers really don't mean that much because we're going to be on both platforms anyway, right? So we got even more eyes to look at us, which is great. So now this is a key thing that's starting to happen here. Newsweek, 79 years, developing stuff. They're stopping printing. They're going to go digital. We're here. We're digital. We're there. I don't even have to worry about it anymore. I save money, so I don't have to charge my advertisers, right? We can then have to invest that money that you're saving into things, social causes, I should say, that we would like to have initiated through partnerships. So this is a great opportunity for us right now. Okay, so next. Now, this is what the newsstand looks like today on an iPad. Okay? So something you got to understand. There are close to 700 and something odd million applications on the iPad, Apple iTunes platform. I got like maybe 5 of them, and nobody can find it. Okay? Now, with this newsstand that Apple has created, they are actually making a section, right? So when you go into this newsstand, a section where you can actually find things easier. But even that being said, what I've done is that with the Caribbean Commerce Magazine, we're even making that category even easier for somebody to find something about the Caribbean, right? So you don't have to be searching, I gotta search, oh, Trinidad, I gotta search Jamaica, I gotta search Barbados. No, you just go to Caribbean Commerce and we have everything there for you. So we're actually cutting down your ability to have to go searching and go one spot to find us. Okay. So now I'm going to actually show you the application. Okay, one sec. No. Organization. So here we go. This is the actual application on the iPad. Okay. You want to? Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. So this is it on the iPhone, on the iPad. So now what I'm going to do is I've put together a simulator for you, right, to actually show you, the app. Okay, so here, let me just do this for you here. So this is our cover, and we call this the new connectors, thanks to the editor there. So one of the things that the user will be able to do, swiping across on the iPad, they will be able to have the table of contents, and they'll be able to jump into any one of the articles. Now, coming from a publishing background, this is what I really think is amazing. The Caribbean has different elements. We have English, we have French, we have Spanish, we have all these different things. Now, when we're developing these stories, depending on the markets that we're looking to hit, we can actually, right, click on it, and it switches languages for us. So now, one second here. You'll be reading an article, and it actually is in Spanish for you. Or you can click it back and go to English. So now, think about this. You don't have to have two different editions. Depending on the story, you can then have to put the language in. And then after now, the users, we actually open up the market for the users, for everybody. So now, I love this section. So I got to talk to you about this. So sitting back at my place in LA, I came up with this idea. I said, what do we need to do? We need to tell everybody about the creativity and the great people out here and the innovators. So I said, it's going to be called Discover, right? And I said, what about Discover? So I said, Discover the Caribbeans, right, with the S. And the thing behind this is that everybody thinks about discovering the Caribbeans. Oh yeah, there's a great location to go hang out at the beach. No, it's about people like this guy, Benji, right? When I met Benji and I was told about his product, I went, wow, how come nobody else knows about this? They're talking about it in the U.S. They had, what's his name? Dr. Oz talking about, oh, the benefits of watercress, da-da-da-da-da-da, right? How come Benji wasn't there? There's a problem, right? So we didn't get the word out that we got a person in the Caribbean who has a product that answers your needs. Now, listen, this is not going to be the end all of this project, but this is where I want to see us start going from. So in each region, I'm hoping that we get is different Benjis so that we can have a whole section of discovers. So now, as you go into Trinidad, for example, we can have 2 or 3 different people that we've discovered. And as this grows as a product in itself, we're going to start to see and be able to read about people that we've been discovering and giving the small entrepreneur the ability to get his word out. Because, listen, I know very well as a small entrepreneur, you can't be everywhere and be global. No. But with technology today and with the right partnership, we can actually get the word out. Now, listen, if we can get something for Benji and he could do really well with it, that means that Benji's going to be able to employ people here in Jamaica, create a really good product, get it out to the world, and boom, you start another wave happening again, right? So because now that Benji got helped, I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that Benji's going to turn around and help the next entrepreneur who has a little product that he wants to get out. So this is one of the big things that I want us to actually look at. Is like send in whoever you're looking for and say, hey, listen, Anthony, or Oz or whatever S. Here's a person that we should discover and talk about, and get that process starting. So let's continue here. Another thing here is like general discovery, giving over the information about the different buildings and whatnot that are going on. And the thing with the application is really easy to use. You're using your finger, swipe across the pages, and it comes to you. Really, really easy, clean. This is fun too. Putting together this application has been so much fun. It's been painful. A lot of sleepless nights. But the thing that I wanted to show here is this. Using this technology, right, we're able to become very dynamic in our presentation to the world. Instead of just being a standalone page now, right? Here we are, we have an ad for Johnny, who's a friend of mine, that said, hey, Johnny, can I use your likeness? So now what we'll be able to do for artists or even for products is to actually have the video embedded into the ad and being played for you. So now, just imagine if this is an actual product. I can actually show how the product is being used, right? So now this benefits the user. Now he or she can actually get to interact with it and see what goes on. So now let's go here. Oh boy, technology. Yeah. Okay. So the other aspect of it is that everybody right now is doing this Twittering thing. The other thing that we actually have in the application, right, is the ability to allow you to tweet. It should pull up. We have internet connection, right? Yeah, we do. You'll be able to tweet in. We have internet connection. Oh yes, there you go. Ta-da! Slow, but it's there exactly. So you'll be able to tweet within an application. So now you'll be able to use the social media aspects of technology and put that into applications or communicate with your customers. Okay. Here's another thing that I would like to talk to you about is one of the things that I was looking at when I was doing the research here in the Caribbean is that we don't have a directory that actually tells us what's going on out here about the businesses. So one of the things I decided was to start building a Caribbean directory. Basically, it's the Yellow Pages, but more of a dynamic aspect of it. And this is where I need your help. I need you guys to help me fill up this directory so that I can have a great directory that we can actually send out to the world, that if somebody wants to download the application, they can find out about what businesses are where in the Caribbean. So even if they don't download the application, they can actually download the app, right, and have it on their phones to know what's going on out there. So what we're trying to do here is put together little applications or little solutions that help the businesses grow. Now, listen, I'm not telling you that, hey, listen, you put your company in this, you're going to make it everywhere. No. All I'm telling you is that you will be visible. You know what I mean? You'll be in a great environment. It's going to be easily searched for everybody. And working with the different governments and different organizations, we'll be able to get the word out and have people look at the brand.